Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us for another edition of Wrestling Talks and Thoughts.
What's
Coming
going
to
on,
you
y'all?
live. It's a big bad Rudy Daddy.
What's going on with you, sir?
What's going on, man?
Nothing, man. Just chilling, man. Getting ready for this crazy another weekend of wrestling. Got back-to-back shows this weekend.
Indeed, we do. Indeed, we do. What's going on, Ant? Let us know what's happening
Yo,
with EW.
a whole bunch of shenanigans, man. I told your man Phil. He don't deserve to be called CM Punk no more. Your man Phil is backstage wilding out, man. He's wilding out for the cause. The new thing, we spoke about it a little bit on Sunday, but now the new thing is now the him and Miro thing. Now that's crazy.
Uh,
Like him going up to Miro talking about, yo, we got a problem. We could go outside. I don't know if Miro's one of the guys you want to take outside to
right.
try to.
Yo, he go treat CM Punk like like, like a Rubik's cube. You know how you bend them out? he go fold them up. He
That's
go
the
fold it.
last dude I want to tell. Yo, we could go take this at the parking lot if you want. I want
Well,
everybody to be there to break that, and I want everybody to be there to break that fight up. Nah,
you
we ain't doing
you
this.
heard this story, yo. This is a story with CM Punk. He was in I think he had a fight with Bobby Fish. I think it was Bobby Fish. They were in if it wasn't Bobby Fish, it's somebody else, you know, the wrestler. They were in they was in TNA. And this is when Punk was in TNA, and there was a situation where somebody said something, and it was like some he said, she said, but Punk didn't really like the dude didn't really have a problem with Punk, but apparently Punk, took offense to something that they were saying that apparently they thought that the guy said, but the guy was like, yo, I ain't got no real problem with you. But he was like, yo, apparently I've been hearing that you got this real problem with me. He was like, if you feel like he's like, yo, I ain't got no issue, da 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 da. And they was like, Punk was real high-headed. So Punk was like, Punk wasn't really trying to he wasn't trying to squash it. So he was just like, yo, we could take it outside, da 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 da. And the dude was like trying to chill on him, like, yo, listen, ain't that deep, but if you want to take it outside, we could take it outside. And it was like they walked up the road, and it was like, yo, the dude put the beats on Punk so bad. He's like, he had him slipping on the street. He was like, he beat on Punk, and then after that, he was like, yo, you good? And then Punk, Punk apologized, and then after Punk wiped the blood off his face, they went back to the building and went back to work. But it was like, yo, dude, put the beats on Punk real quick, and was like, yo, let's go back to wrestling.
I agree with the comment that the Cody Dobbs kid said. I agree with that. That's another thing a lot of people don't pay mind to too. They saying Punk this, Punk that. They gotta forget that locker room it is like a high school locker room. You gotta think about it. Punk might be the oldest dude in that on that roster, and he's only 43.
So Cody Dobbs says CM Punk is working with children. So I mean, is the locker room that bad? Because from what I'm hearing, my thing is this. Um, my thing is this is like Tony, like, I was reading a comment that Booker T made about the whole situation, and Booker T was saying like Cody's like the captain, like he was. I mean, I'm sorry, not Cody. Punk was hired to be the captain, and he was hired to be the guy that kind of like brings some level of morale to the locker room, or just be a person who could be an example. And sometimes being the best example means that you don't always have to argue with people. Sometimes being the example means you ignore all the childish antics and you just do your job and do the best job you can do. And when the right time comes, you give the best advice and you give the best guidance to those who are open to it, or you're somebody who's a good listener to other people's problems and just being a support system to other people. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it don't mean you go in and search authority. I don't know. I don't want to be a person who was accusing Punk of doing anything. You know what I'm saying? It's just sad to just to kind of see him in this light where it's like he got away from WWE to avoid the toxicity. Now he's in AEW and it's still toxic, and it makes him look toxic because it's like he was saying WWE is toxic. He goes to another place and he's still dealing with the same level of toxicity. So it's making him look toxic. And that's the thing, is just like it's just really not looking good for him. Because some fights you don't have to fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you the biggest superstar there. Hands down, like you the biggest superstar there. Like, there's no debate about that. But it's like, bro, some fights you don't need to fight. You are the money. You ain't even got to, some people you ain't even got to talk to. It's just like, somebody say whatever. And again, you supposed to be the bigger man. If there was an issue, he could have pulled Miro aside, like, listen, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. Let's go to the side. Let's talk about this. Listen, this is what happened. Blah, 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 blah. There's really no big issue at it. That you're supposed to be the guy that's trying to bring peace before you bring violence. You know what I'm saying? And then if you get disrespected, not if you feel disrespected, but if you get disrespected, then that's when you can address the situation. If you feel like you can't have that conversation with the person to kind of have some kind of amicable rapport with them, then it's like you just move on and you take it to Tony. Or if you don't take it to Tony, you kind of allow time to kind of be the wiser peacemaker in the situation. Just walk away. But he needs to make better decisions.
Yeah, but according to everybody, all the dirt sheets, they saying that Miro went up to him. Miro pressed him. They said Miro went up to him and was like, "Yo, what's your problem with Jungle Boy? Like, you got beef with Jungle Boy?"
Yeah. So my thing is real quick. Cody Dobbs says the problem is Punk has been there and done that guy. Been that guy of AEW. People should be listening to his advice. As for or not, he is trying to help a bunch of know-it-all, snot-nosed punks. my thing is like, I don't want to go that far, Cody, to say that. It's just that the fact of the matter is this, right? You got CM Punk, right, who was in WWE, and he didn't necessarily have the best reputation of being like the best guy in the locker room, period. That was on a rumor mill. Like, that's what some wrestlers were saying. Like, they saying some people he was cool with, some people he wasn't. And you're not going to always get along with everybody. Some people you're going to get along with, some people you're not. There's some people you're going to get along with in the beginning, and then as y'all build your relationship, sometimes y'all don't see eye to eye on things, and then y'all just kind of go separate ways, and that's just life, because that's human nature. Because some people grow in a certain place, some people stay in certain places. The thing with CM Punk is that he goes to AEW and he's having a similar issue and a similar problem. Now, the wisdom of the situation is, listen, I'm the guy who's going to the wisdom of the situation. I'm gonna come back. I show up to AEW. There's going to be ratings. There's going to be people who's going to be watching. If Tony Khan is looking to me to be the example, and even if Tony Khan is not looking at me to be the example, I'll just be the example and just play my part of humility. I honestly don't doubt that Punk was a humble dude. I honestly believe that when Punk went there chill. That would be my assumption of Punk. That he went there like on some chill, on a chill vibe, like, yo, what's up, everybody? Hey, how you doing? And just mind his business and just kind of went about doing what needed to be done. But then some people probably felt jealous, you know what I'm saying? Because he was so laid back. Some people probably felt like he probably needed to kind of like be a little bit more overly friendly, a little bit more charismatic to everybody else. And they probably felt some kind of way. The EVPs probably felt some kind of way because they're like, we built this, but then you bring this guy in to be the superstar that we're working up to be. And they probably felt a little bit something. And then Punk probably, in some places, probably didn't expect that. He probably thought he'll probably get this warm embrace, or he probably didn't expect anything at all. But what I'm saying is that when it comes to of you being that guy that is the hot shot and you are the guy, the last thing you want to do is ruffle feathers. And I don't think that Punk's intention was ever to ruffle anybody's feathers, because he's always comes off as a genuine, sincere dude. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes some battles you do not need to try and fight. It's just like, listen, I'm public enemy number one. And I understand Punk is like, I ain't a punk. But it's not about being a punk. It's just about the fact of the matter is, Punk, you no matter what they do, you always gonna win because you're the money. It don't matter. Yo, Kenny Omega is not at his level. Kenny Omega is hot, but he ain't at his level. The Young Bucks are hot, but they not at CM Punk's level. So Punk don't have to even talk to them. He could just show up, do his match, and leave, and the company's still gonna make money. People don't even gotta know what's going on backstage. He don't even have to have a rapport with anybody. But my thing is that when he does have these conversations with people, and he already knows that people are going to be gunning for him, and people are going to try to build these false narratives, and he knows that, it's like, Punk, stop giving him a rope to hang you with. Stop giving him a stick to beat you with. Like, yo, you got to be on some. You on some chip, yo, bro. You have the power. He got the. He had the power. Punk always had the power. It's just that, bro, stop giving him a stick to beat you with.
Yeah, I feel you on that. You're exactly right. I don't know if he comes in there humble and then once he starts to get comfortable and feel people out, he shows his true colors. I don't know what it is, but I know it's like he can't. It's like what you say. Even that with that situation, they gave him that stipulation. Yo, we're gonna put you on Saturdays.
Mhm.
You don't have to see Kenny. You don't have to see Matter, Nick, Hangman, nobody. We're gonna put you on Saturdays with a bunch of people you like. You tell
Mhm.
us who you want on there, and he's still giving us. He's still getting into arguments. Like it's like what Cody said. I don't get everything he's saying, but it's like what he said. It's a bunch of kids. You gotta understand too. They trying to make a name for themselves. But at the end of the day, it's how his approach is too. Like how is he approaching these kids to give them advice? Is he like, you know? But I heard another story with another wrestler how they said Punk used to go around when he was back in the E. He used to go around like I think it was in WWE or Ring of Honor, one of them. They said he
Yeah,
used to like he just forced himself to like be one of them guys and was like calling random meetings and stuff, going up to wrestlers like, "Yo, we're having a meeting. Like, I think you
yeah,
guys should come to the meeting and stuff like that." So a lot of wrestlers didn't really respect him for that. Like, yo, you don't become the guys like Undertaker and stuff like that off that. It's given to you. Respect is given to you and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Especially in them locker rooms like that and big companies, respect is given. You could go in there and demand it, but it's still given at the end of the day. So I don't know what it is, if his approach is coming off. You know, like they saying these kids is young. They don't, his approach might be a little too aggressive. Or, the way he's going up to him, they probably like, yo, man, I didn't ask you for no advice. Like, yo, get out my face.
Right.
But yeah, so you don't know what's going on. Like you don't know. Like they like, yo, I don't even know you like that for you to be talking to me like that. You don't know what his approach is. Like he's old school dude. I mean, he's not old school, he's 43, 44, but he's from the ruthless aggression era and stuff like that. You
Yeah.
know? So
Real quick, the comment section. Cody says, Young Bucks and Kenny. Kenny is big in New Japan, but he's never been the it guy. Young Bucks never been more than jobbers. Jack Perry wore a lion cloth and only got over because of who his dad is. Punk, love him or hate him, is always and has been the it guy, and the locker room represents him for it. Anyone else who went in and lost in MMA and came back to wrestling would have been laughed at. Lana says, "Hey y'all." She says, "It's been a minute." Hey Lana.
yeah, believe me, they're laughing at him. They're laughing at him now. He's
Yeah,
gonna have the whole locker room against him sooner or later.
The funny thing about Punk is that Punk position as being an it guy. Honestly, truth be told, was something that happened on accident.
Yeah.
I sat back and I thought about it, and just hear me out. Hear me out before y'all comment. Just hear me out and hear about what I'm about to say, and I'll just make it make sense for you. I'm not just making this up. When you think about the pipe bomb, right? If anybody else in that locker room came out and did that on the mic, what would have happened? It would have been fired. Remember what happened when Matt Hardy brought a ticket and started, spewing what he spewed. He grabbed the mic and started saying what he was saying. Yeah, they gave him a match, they gave him his feud with Edge, they gave him a contract, but at the same time, they still fired him again. And then he came
Mm-hmm.
back again. You know what I'm saying? Even though Matt Hardy had like partial legendary status at that time when he got fired. And he got fired over Edge because they wanted to keep Edge on the company, and they wanted to get rid of Matt because they didn't want there to be any disputes backstage, even though Matt was cool with the fact that Lita was with Edge. If anybody else would have came out there and like when Kevin Owens did that, when Kevin Owens grabbed the mic and tried to do his little pipe bomb thing on that episode of SmackDown, he got buried. Kevin Owens, he was, he was still having his matches, but then you notice that Vince was like, all right, I'll give you your matches. But even when he gave him his matches, it was like he started losing. He went on his losing streak almost. And then after a while, they finally put him in the heavyweight picture just to fight Roman a few years later. And then just to, have that feud with Roman just to put the bill on Roman. He lost to Roman, but when Punk did it, I mean when Kevin Owens did it, that's what happened. When CM Punk did it, because Vince had some level of favor towards Punk, and Punk was already an established world champion, so there's some level of favor because when Vince is convinced about somebody and he sees him as champion, he just stays with it. He just sees him as that guy or whatever. After that, it was just like, Vince was like, all right, you know what, let's run with this and let's see where it goes. And then WWE allowed him to run with it, and it became something magical because Vince capitalized on that moment. And that made him the it guy. Like, that made him the it guy. Prior to that, CM Punk was a great wrestler. CM Punk was not as big as Cena. CM Punk was not on the same level as Cena. But when he dropped that pipe bomb, that's what took Punk up. That's what made Punk better than Cena. That's what was like, yo, this is what we need. Punk was what we need because he came out, he kept it real with everybody, and WWE didn't censor what he said, and then they didn't censor him. And the less they censored him, the better it got. So him falling into that position is like, all right, bro. Okay, so you want to be the leader, you want to be the it guy. Now you are. Now you have to walk that walk and talk that talk because, again, the same level of jealousy, the same level of pushback is the same thing that Hogan had to deal with. Same thing Roman still probably got to deal with in the locker room. Same thing John Cena had to deal with. You know what I'm saying? Same thing Brett had to deal with. Same thing Shawn had to deal with. Same thing Triple H, The Rock, Austin. All those guys had to deal with all that stuff in the locker room. You know what I'm saying? So it's, bro, like the same fight is just like everybody else. It's just that sometimes the level of pressure you get may come at you in a different way. But you as a person, if you assume that role, you have to be prepared, and you have to take responsibility and ownership for that level of leadership if you want to assume that role. Cody says, accident. Punk was mega over in Ring of Honor before he even showed up in WWE's ECW. Pipe bomb was pivotal, sure, but Punk was always going to be one of the best. I mean, well, this is the thing, Cody. Like, Punk was a world champion, right? Before he even dropped the pipe bomb, he was already a world champion. He already held the belt like twice? I think at the time, like 2 or 3 times or something like that. He won 2 Money in the Bank.
Yeah, 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, Punk was not bigger than Cena.
He won Money in the Bank back to back.
Yeah, at that point, at that moment, before that pipe bomb, Punk was not bigger than Cena. When Punk even took over Nexus, it was cool, but it wasn't even as big as when Bray was the leader of Nexus. Like, it was good, but it wasn't great. You know what I'm saying? Like, Punk was not that over. I mean, no, Punk was over, but as far as being like John Cena status, after that pipe bomb, that's when he became John Cena status. Yeah, he was an indie darling. Yeah, you could be loved. Like, Seth Rollins was over in the indies. He was Tyler Black before he came to NXT. He was over in indies, but when he became Seth freaking Rollins, and he started putting on those, those $1 million matches, that's when he became a bigger superstar because of him being able to be in that spotlight and show up and show out. Lana says Xavier was injured for a cervical strain and won't be on an upcoming Raw. Cody says New Day just needs to retire. They're constantly getting hurt. And Cody says Punk is the only reason we ended up with Bryan's, the Rollins, and the Ambroses as main eventers. That's up for debate.
Yeah, that's up for a debate. I wouldn't put Bryan Danielson in that category or Seth Rollins. Way different wrestling style. I don't think so. I think if it wasn't for the Bryan Danielsons, you wouldn't have no CM Punk and Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose. I think Daniel Bryan is the head honcho of that category. I would never put Punk before Bryan Danielson. That's one thing I would never do. You can say what you want. Bryan Danielson's not a promo guy, but when he ring that bell, and then the Yes movement is probably one of the biggest things that ever happened. So I would never put Punk over Bryan Danielson. Yeah, that Yes WrestleMania 30 is probably like the craziest scene I ever seen.
That's like
at the end of a main event.
Yeah, in my opinion, it goes down as one of the best WrestleManias ever. Definitely,
Yeah,
hands down.
best hands down one of the best moments in wrestling ever. Like then that following Raw. Come on, man. Yeah, if it wasn't for Brian Danielson, I said it wouldn't be no Punks, Ambroses, Rollins, and all them other guys that came after them. Sammy, Kevin, stuff like that, and even other guys like Kazarian, Christopher Daniels.
Mm.
You know, I even put them in that category too. 'Cause people sleep on them too. You know, they were trendsetters also as well. When they had their little TNA run and stuff. So yeah.
Cody Dobbs says Cena should never ever been at the top ever. How you got the face of wrestling? How you got to the face of the wrestling company and dude can't wrestle? Laugh out loud.
Hogan couldn't wrestle.
Wait. All right. You know what, Ant? You know what? This is up to you. Go ahead, Ant. Go ahead.
listen,
Go ahead,
Hogan
Ant.
couldn't wrestle. Listen, Hogan couldn't wrestle. Austin couldn't wrestle. The Rock couldn't wrestle. Who else? The only one that the guys that should have been on top, like the Benoits, the Jerichos, the Angles, Eddies. Who else can I put in that category? Even Booker T, I could put in that category. They couldn't cut promos, bro. That's why. Hogan couldn't wrestle. He 3 moves of doom. Goldberg, 3 moves of doom.
Okay, I got a question for you. My question is for you, Cody, and everybody else in the chat. Lana, Cody. Uh Lana says Drew McIntyre slowly but surely becoming a heel again. That's dope. Oh yeah, so before we even get to that, we got to do an AEW because we talking about all WWE. We like totally like shifted the whole topic. But yes, AEW. So what else? What's going on? What's happening in the world of
We got
AEW?
all in. We got all in this weekend, but we don't got no damn main event. I'm looking at the card. I can't even tell what's the main event, man.
So we got a WWE event and the AEW event this weekend.
Yeah.
So when is
Saturday and Sunday?
Wow.
I think Payback come on Saturday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And all in come on Sunday.
I'm feeling these Saturday pay-per-views for real. I'm
really,
really,
they be messing up my head because I be thinking that Raw come on the next night. I be turning on thinking Raw on.
I'm really feeling these Saturday pay-per-views. It makes more sense. It's like, Friday you got your SmackDown, and then right after you got your pay-per-view. Sunday they can rest up.
We don't got no world title match this weekend. They don't got no. I don't know if MJF gonna fight. I doubt it, but they got the Better Than You, baby. They gonna fight the winner of a battle royal on the tag for the Ring of Honor titles. Mm-hmm. We got the Bucks and FTR going against the Bang Bang. Yeah, they teaming up this time to go against the Bang Bang Gang.
So it's gonna be an 8-man tag match.
Yeah, the Bang Bang Gang against the Elite and FTR.
You know what? AEW need to stop stuffing so many people in the ring, man. They stuff so many. Like if we have a 12-man matches, 30-man matches, like 10, 15 versus 15. Like, like a lot of people in the ring, man. I'm like, why is there so many people in this ring? Like, yo, Tony,
who else got this weekend? Oh, we got Miro and Powerhouse Hobbs. Finally, that's gonna happen. We got
Cody
Orange Cassidy and Moxley.
Cody has a question. Fire. Cody has a question for you. He says, side question. Thoughts on Roman Reigns? I personally wouldn't mind a 3-year champ if he was booked strong, but it's been 3 years of booking him and he's not been able to beat Sami Zayn without help.
Thoughts on Roman? Thoughts on Roman? I just want to know when is it going to end. I'm liking it. I just need to see a sign of when is it going to end. I mean, they taking a nice break right now, but I mean, it's something new. We ain't have nothing like this since the 80s, so I'm here for it. You know what I'm saying? And he's a heel. Heels don't win fair every time. So at the end of the day, I'm liking it. He's the best heel of our era. I'm not a big Roman fan, but he's the best heel of our era. He's a good storyteller, good actor, good role player. His role. But yeah, I support the bloodline. I'm here for the bloodline. I put my ones up for the bloodline. You know. But yeah,
So
though back to the all end card. But yeah, and we got I don't know, they got a couple other matches, but it's not really a. It should have been a Dynamite episode to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. 'Cause I don't know how they doing this, bro. They got All In, and then they got another one in 2 weeks, bro. 3 weeks. They got Grand Slam here in New York. So I'm like,
so
how are they planning it?
so last week was a pay-per-view, was All In, and this one is what, All Out?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 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 Get your popcorn ready. Get your
Yeah.
pizza, get your buffalo wings ready, get your Pepsi ready. Cody says, I hate it. Like Roman should be the guy, but they book him like a chump. Heel or not, it's boring and makes him look like a joke. Um, let me just respond to this real quick.
Mm-hmm.
So uh he's a heel. He's a heel. Heel like Ant said, heels don't always win fair square all the time. As a matter of fact, heels don't have to win fairly. They don't have to they ain't like because they're heel. Like their job is to at any means keep their championship, at any means win a match. That's what makes them heel because they're conniving, they're treacherous. They'll do anything in order to achieve their goal. It doesn't mean it mean if it means stepping on your mother's back, they will do it. If it means stealing from you, they will do it. If it means doing whatever they can at any cost to win or keep their championship, that's what makes them a heel. So he's gonna do so. That's why he aligned himself with the bloodline. So yeah, I mean, yeah, he's gonna look like a chump because his point is like his thing as a heel is like not to work as hard because he's trying to work smarter, not to work as hard to keep his championship, and then at the same time, keep his self interest as high as best, as protected as possible.
Oh,
But
and yeah, we got Darby and the Angry Dinosaur this weekend too. We got Darby and the Angry Dinosaur this weekend. Luchasaurus defending his TNT title against Darby.
how
That
long has
should
he
be a
had?
banger.
How long has he held on to that TNT title for?
Going on like 2 months. He didn't defend it not once yet.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm serious. This is his first
Wait,
title
wait, wait.
defense, I
So,
think.
wait, so all in, I'm sorry, all in, and so all in, he didn't defend the title at all.
Nah.
You know what be bugging? You know what be tripping? You know what be killing me? Like when I be watching these pay per views, sometimes like AEW and WWE, when a person's a champion and they don't book them to defend their title on a show.
Yeah.
If
He hasn't been booked since he won.
Yeah, it's like if any place you should defend the title, it should be on a pay per view. Like it should be on that. Like if you didn't defend it on a Dynamite, if you didn't defend it on a Collision, if you didn't defend it on any weekly episodic shows, all right, cool. But any place you should defend that title should be at a pay per view because that's the money show. Like that's the show where people pay to watch, the talent display their best abilities on that grand stage. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So he doesn't. He hasn't. I don't know. I don't know why they. I don't know. They booked him weird. They got him winning the title, and then Christian's carrying it around like he's the champion. It's
Wait,
like,
wait. Oh, so wait. I thought, yeah, right. So wait, hold on a second. So wait, Christian is carrying around Luchasaurus's title?
yeah.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, you're right. I seen him with the TNT title.
Yeah.
Why is he carrying his belt? What is happening here? Yo,
He's
Tony,
claiming he's saying he's the champ. He's like, yeah, I'm the champ. Everybody's like, yo, but you didn't have a match. Like,
what is happening?
So whenever the title's on the line, he sent the dinosaur out there.
Cody says Roman never wins fairly. It just makes him. Oh, I'm sorry, we read that. William Schrader. Thank you, William, for joining us. He says, Roman bores me. I'm ready for something new. All right. So, you guys, sorry, real quick. If you guys are joining us, make sure you guys like and subscribe to the Wrestling Talks and Thoughts YouTube page. Also, like the video, share this video so that your wrestling buddies can see this so they can join in on the conversation. We want to hear from them too. We definitely appreciate you guys' comments. Also, if you guys don't have us on Facebook, join the Wrestling Talks and Thoughts group page where you guys can post up articles, have conversation with other guys in the group, and get these conversations about wrestling going. We definitely want to hear from you guys. This channel is strictly for the fans. We want to hear from you guys. We would definitely want to hear from you guys and want to know what you guys' thoughts are on AEW and WWE alike. But yeah. But William says, this is for you, Ant. William says, Roman bores me. I'm ready for something new.
Hey, listen, he's no MJF. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's only one. There's only one MJF, man. You could never get bored with a real fighting champion. You know, a guy that's gonna be there weekly. I don't see Roman putting on 2 matches in one night. You know, in front of 81,000 people. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, so question about MJF: how long do you think MJF should hold on to the belt?
He's gonna hold on to it until he's a free agent. He's gonna be a free agent with that belt.
But how long you think he should hold on to it?
A year, another year.
Another year? I think I think he should hold on to it for like another year. I think he should at least have like a 2-year reign. But because he's definitely like the most solid. He's like, again, like, you know, is that whole thing about homegrown talent in a new promotion and raising up somebody that, you know, can hold down, like somebody that represents the ability of the show, that displays that the show itself can develop new talent. Like MJF is that example. Like he's one of those things, and it's like you have your first megastar in MJF, and it's like, yo, just keep pushing that guys as far as possible.
Yeah, they're doing it. They're doing it, man. They're pushing it. You know, I don't know what they're doing with that other little core. Like they dropped the ball with Jungle Boy. I don't know if this heel turn was a good thing for him, but it's not working. Not working at all. To me, it's not working. I don't know. You gotta give it time though.
Cody says, "I'm ready for Dominic to be WWE champ. Kid is ready.
I'm not even
doing the best work in the business." Cody,
not speaking of that.
Cody,
not speaking of that.
Cody, for real.
Cody,
for real.
Yeah, this gotta stop.
Cody, you a lying. You a lying.
Cameras, man.
You a lying.
Yes, he is lying. He's not doing the best work in the business.
Cody, you trolling. Come on, man. Come on, stop playing.
Yeah, you gotta be trolling.
You trolling. He talking about Cody. You said Cody. You playing. Come on. William says that MJF is the truth.
Yeah, MJF is the truth. There's a lot of guys in AEW is the truth, man. You know, like I can't wait for Scorpio Sky to come back, man. I don't know what they're doing with him because they've been promoting him on Collision, but I don't know. I haven't seen anything of him yet, so I'm waiting for that to come happen. Mm-hmm. You know, you got the Acclaim as the trio. The only thing I'm really disappointed, the Acclaim should never beat the House of Black at All Out. Because House of Black is on fire right now. They are the reason why them House of Black rule matches were like some of the best things on Collision. I'm not gonna lie. They pick
what were some of the rules?
You pick the stipulation. You pick the stipulations of the match what you want. They let you pick it.
Oh, that's dope.
Wait, yeah, House of Black rules.
They let their opponent pick the stipulation.
Yeah, House of Black rules. House of Black rules, and you know, I was feeling that for a while. That's the only thing I mean. They don't let these mid-card title guys really. I don't understand those titles that bounce around a lot, but they don't really get good long runs. Even a world champion don't really get. Like I was kind of disappointed with the Hangman situation. I still kind of feel Hangman should have had a longer, respectable run. But listen, MJF, I don't know who the next. Usually, you could tell in AEW who's the next one to come up to take that title. I thought it was going to be Adam Cole at All Out. I really thought it was. I'm not going to lie. I really thought it was. That was a great main event. Yeah, I really thought it was going to be Adam Cole. But Adam Cole's on fire right now, man. And then the comeback story of him having his career almost over due to concussions and stuff like that. And then while I thought it was going to be him and his wife, I'm not going to lie. I'm like, yo, if his wife wins, Adam Cole's winning tonight, and they're gonna start a faction. They're gonna join Roddy and all of them in the Kingdom like they did in Ring of Honor, but no, it didn't happen. But yeah, I love it. Like I was saying, it was a great main event, very great storytelling. MJF is a genius. Adam Cole is a genius. He deserves. I hope Vince McMahon was watching that because he was trying to make that man a manager for Keith Lee. I don't know what ridiculous. Still to this day, I still can't get over one of the things of us I could never get over if that rumor's true. But like I said, I hope he was watching, and then I hope he was watching it with Hunter, and Hunter just gave him a little elbow shrug, like, "Yeah, I told you." Like I told you.
Real quick,
We dropped the ball on that one.
definitely. Vince is dropping a lot. He dropped the ball a lot on a lot of
Yeah.
performance. Cody says, when a whole crowd boos you before you can even speak, you're doing the best heel work in the business. Dom should be the guy to dethrone Roman. Oh, Cody.
Let me answer
Cody.
that. Man. Cody, listen, man.
Oh, this is for you, definitely. This is all you. This is all you.
Cody, listen, man. I don't know what's going on over there with you. It needs to stop, my brother, respectfully. Dominic Mysterio is great and all, but it's not his time right now. You're not gonna put him over LA Knight and Theory and all them other guys and Cody. You're not gonna put him all them guys. No. We're not doing this.
He just pushed Cody right in front of the line.
I gotta read that again and make sure you read that. You read this. I'll make sure I'm not being pranked when the whole crowd. Well, listen, they're not booing him because he's a good heel. They're booing him because why they keep forcing this guy on us? No matter what show you put on, he's there. NXT, SmackDown, Raw, Main Event, Sunday Night Heat. It don't matter. He's there. That's what it is. They're doing the John Cena syndrome. That's what I call it. The John Cena syndrome. When they say, "Oh, you're gonna take this guy and you're just gonna like him." They did it. They did that with Theory. It's not working now. Look at Theory. I had all the hype for Theory. I was claiming when Theory wasn't hot. Like, Theory's hot, but now look, his that blimp is going down slowly. I don't know what they're gonna do with Theory. They might send him back down to the 2.0 and have him turn into a babyface. But their best bet for them to do is to have Theory and Grayson Waller start a faction. I'm telling you, I seen it last week when I was watching Smack. Was it last week when they were together in the ring? Or the week before? I forgot. But I saw a picture in my head. I said, damn, with Theory with nothing to do right now, and they're not going to put him back in the title picture, I'm assuming. Him and Grayson Waller would be a great adversaries for KO and Sammy. That might work between them two. Oh, my goodness. Them four, I mean, come on, man. And then the talent between the four of them, that would be fire. Because this DIY stuff, we're not talking about WWE, but this DIY stuff taking too long.
All right, so real quick, we're going to hit the comment section. I believe this is Henry. He says it was a rumor. He said it was a rumor. What was the rumor? He says H says it was a rumor about Cole.
I guess about the manager, about him being a manager.
And then about him being a manager. And then he also says Dom is more ready than LA Knight.
All right, listen, now I think we're about to end this. Thank you for everybody coming out tonight. I don't know what audience we attracted tonight. We made a wrong turn down the highway. What are y'all talking about? Y'all all right?
Oh man,
they booing him because he's a good heel.
He's a good heel.
Y'all must be twins. Y'all must be twins and live in the same house, watch the same TV.
Cody said, Cody says, comparing Dom to Cena, he said, no, Dom is way more over.
Yeah. What's next for the elite? What's next for Bullet Club, man? What's next for Bullet Club? I might actually like Austin Theory with Grayson Waller. Sounds good to me. See, we got somebody with some senses in it. I'm not saying, but somebody with his marbles. He got all his marbles. But this is an AEW show. I have been talking about AEW. You late, sir. You late. We want to fill you in on, sir.
Yeah.
You late. But
yeah. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Like the only thing I got now is like, what's next for a lot of guys? Like, all right, we got the Sex guys back together as a tag team. I'm kind of liking that with Jericho and Sammy Guevara, you know. Mm-hmm. And then I'm like, this weekend you're putting FTR and the Young Bucks together on the tag team. And then after the Bucks didn't shake their hand, I'm confused. I think they about to really push Bullet Club, so I'm not gonna lie. Because I did not expect them to win at Wembley. I was not expecting that. I thought that was gonna be the elite night.
Push them at what capacity though?
I don't know. I think they about to do how New Japan was doing it. Just throw everybody in there.
You know what? My thing is, it's just like, why Tony?
But a bunch of new faces, though, not to cut you off.
No, that's cool.
Like how they doing with the Ass Boys.
They should have did that with Kenny. They dropped the ball with that one because Kenny was like, all right, we're gonna do the elite. And it was like Kenny and the Young Bucks like, we're gonna do the elite. I'm like, all right, the elite it's new, but it's just like the elite is not Bullet Club, bro. The Bullet Club is now cultured. The Bullet Club is cultured. Like when you got something hot like Bullet Club, that's cultured. Like when everybody around the world and you got multiple people knowing exactly what your group is, like yo,
But I
they
don't
should
blame them for that though, because it was like, we've been Bullet Club. Let's start our own thing. So I could see, because I bet you if they would have did that, a lot of people would have been like, "Oh, they just using the Bullet Club now. They just using the Bullet Club now." But listen though, the thing why I like this though, because Marty Stroll is coming back slowly. He got a AAA match, and if Marty makes his way to AEW, man, and joins up with Jay White, or he's gonna have to make a decision who he's gonna join with, the Elite Bullet Club, or he's gonna join the Bang Bang Gang. So
he's been teasing his return. Like I seen like a picture you guys when you guys posted in the group, showing like an image of him.
it's his first appearance back in wrestling since the accusations of him being accused of rape. Where I think he was found not guilty or something like that. I forgot what happened, but I know the charges was dropped supposedly. I could be wrong, but this is his first appearance, and a lot of people was mad saying that he waited too long to show his face. Like he was hiding and this and that. But then you don't understand what that man was probably going through and what he deals with.
Word. Yeah,
probably deals with depression. He probably deals with anxiety. You don't know. That man could be going through a lot. So it's just the wrestling world should just be happy that he's back, yo.
Yeah, because certain communities is like when you get accused of that, and I know like when it comes to just like certain communities, especially like certain coaches of people, like you get accused of rape, you know what I'm saying? Like you might as well consider yourself dead. Like people people were liable to spit in your face. Like they will violate you, knowing that you've been accused of it. I'm not even saying you were convicted. I'm saying accused. Like you get accused of it.
Yeah.
People gonna look at you like, oh, you this, you that, you know what I'm saying? And then and then the funny thing is that when it comes out that you didn't rape anybody or you didn't do it, you're not guilty of the act, people still look at you funny. Because simply because you were accused of it. Like it was like, yo, I didn't even do it. Like, I was not guilty. Like I wasn't guilty of it. Like there's no evidence. Well, and because you're always gonna have some a-hole that's gonna come out of nowhere. Yeah, some years ago he was accused of rape. And they were like, it was like,
it's the same thing. You can compare that. You can compare that to OJ. OJ been accused of murder for almost 30 years.
Well, slow down, Ant. Slow down. Slow down. Slow your roll. Okay, we was rolling. When you said OJ was accused of rape, accused of murder. Yeah, anybody seen the OJ story? He's a brother, but
listen, movies add on extra things, but it's the same thing though.
Yeah, real quick, we got to hit the comment section before we wrap up because we're about to wrap up soon. AW Henry says AW All Out doesn't feel like a pay-per-view.
You mean All In doesn't? All Out was good, man. You're lucky we don't got that much time left today, but we definitely gonna jump back in. That's something we could definitely talk about.
He said
that right there.
I got another comment. He says Elite is garbage.
Kenny's garbage. Who do you like before we sign off? Right? Let me ask you, because I like this. This is getting good. I wish you would have came earlier when everybody else is here. AEW is dope. WWE is dope. Wrestling is dope. Enjoy it for what it is. This is my guy, William Shredder, right here. We say that all the time. Every time something good in wrestling, he always DMs me and like, wrestling. He always says that when he DMs me and stuff like that. But yeah, you're right about that, William. You're definitely right about that. It's a great time to be a wrestling fan. We might argue about what's better and what's not better and who needs to do this, but we need to be happy because when we was kids, the only thing close to this, I wouldn't even compare the Attitude Era to anything, but that's the only last time we really had something with two companies or more than two. Well, it was only two companies then. Well, three. You could say TNA. But yeah, but now you could go to different stuff and and find something that you like in different parts of wrestling now. So it's definitely a good time to be a wrestling fan, man. For real. Definitely a great time to be a wrestling fan. But Henry, once again, I don't want to talk to you about AEW because you don't like nothing about it. You don't like Luchasaurus, you don't like Darby, you don't like Sammy. Like, you should be happy that the sex gods are together again. They're Latino.
He says, hell no, William. He also says WWE still better still has better pay-per-views.
Yeah, but a payback won't come close to All Out though. I'll tell you that.
He said,
Payback's going to need a surprise. I'm not going to talk about WWE, but for Payback to be good this weekend, they're going to need something, a surprise, like Shinsuke beating Seth. It has to happen. Because I don't see Payback on paper. Payback, it looks like a super show between Raw and SmackDown.
It does. We do need something different. We definitely. I'm a. Yeah, because we still talking about AEW.
Yeah.
William says
We
WWE
talk
is
about
so
that on y'all
predictable.
Monday.
I can't miss the whole. Wait, I can miss the whole show and know what happens.
Yeah.
Henry says so is AEW, and then he says you bugging. Try to enjoy something for once. William says, and then Henry says, "What does All Out have?"
You mean All In? Because All Out pass. Because all In don't really have nothing. It looks like Payback's card. I'm not gonna lie. It's not really exciting, but you're gonna watch. It's like one or two matches on there you want to really see. Oh, I'm not saying All In's card is better. It's another good weekend of wrestling. Back-to-back days, another two good pay-per-views, and we got Grand Slam coming up September 20th. I might attend that. I'm still contemplating because tickets they are cheap. I'm trying to get somebody to go with me this time. But anyway, yeah.
Henry
They
says,
got a lot of good stuff coming up, man.
Yeah, Henry's asking is All Out this Saturday. I think he's asking is All Out this Saturday.
Yeah, All Out this Saturday. Yes, sir.
Yeah, we got two
this Saturday.
pay-per-views. We got Payback and we got
All In. All In is this Saturday.
Oh, so All Out was Wembley.
Yeah, All Out was Wembley. Yeah, All Out was Wembley. All In is this Saturday.
He said,
what are you talking about? What do you mean what I'm talking about?
All right, so back to AEW real quick. Back to AEW. Is Claudio is Claudio the Ring of Honor champion?
Is he, bro? He's Dean Ambrose hostage in that belt, bro.
What do you mean?
He defends that. Remember when Dean Ambrose was United States champion?
Yeah.
When he was with the Shield?
Yeah.
How many times you remember him defending that title when he was with the Shield?
They said he defended that belt like, I think they said like maybe 10 times out of him holding that belt for like a year. They said he barely defended the belt. I gotta find an article, but he barely defended it.
Claudio's been champion since December 2022. Yeah, and he's defended that belt against Eddie, Ray Phoenix, Pac, and that's it.
Wow.
And Jericho, I think Jericho.
So
in Jericho, in Jericho.
So you said something that I wanted to touch on too. I wanted I agree with. I agree with. Yeah, like I felt the same way about Hangman's about Hangman's title reign. I felt like his title reign was definitely too short. I felt like it definitely got interrupted by CM Punk holding the title for twice and having those two short.
But when you look it up though,
when
you look it up, it was 90 days. 100 and something days. I think.
Yeah,
I didn't even know it was that long.
Yeah, right. Like he held the belt. I think he held it for so that was that's 4 or 5 months.
3 months and some change, yeah.
3 some months.
3 and some change.
Yeah. So I think it was a little longer than that. I think it was a little. Let me see. Hold on a second. I'm gonna look it up.
I remember Keys told me one time. I said, "Damn, I didn't know he had it that long."
Yeah, I looked it up a while back, and I was like, "Yeah, he held it," but I felt like he should have held it longer than that.
Yeah, I felt he should have held it longer. Kenny should have held it longer.
You think Kenny should have held it?
I felt Jericho should have never been the first AEW champion. I feel like it should have been Cody.
Me too. I agree. I felt like either should have been Cody, Kenny, or Hangman, but my picks at the time was definitely either Kenny or Cody.
Yeah,
I felt like it should have been Cody, but yeah, Hangman held on to the belt 197 days, so that's 3, 6, 9. He held on to like 7 months, but like
Yeah.
7 months.
It didn't even
That's not
feel
bad.
like it. He was having
Yeah,
matches on Dynamite though too though, so that's when it was too though.
yeah, but that's how. I mean, in my opinion, that's how good his reign was. Like, because it's like he was. It felt like he was just getting into his title reign at the time.
Yeah,
It felt like he was just getting into it. And then I'm like, he had the match with Punk, and I'm like, all right, the first match he had with Punk, he beat Punk, right? Or did he lose?
nah, Punk beat him.
And Punk took the belt, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, that was ridiculous. And then it was just like, oh, we just gonna put the belt on Punk. I'm like, yo, no, like,
and then
yo,
Punk beat Moxley.
yeah. And then didn't Moxley beat Punk for the belt?
Yeah, in like 30 seconds.
Oh, because he was injured, right?
Yeah,
Trash. To me, I feel like Moxley shouldn't even got the belt. I felt like he should have given it back to Hangman. I don't know what.
Moxley doesn't lose, bro. Moxley's like Hogan.
Moxley. Anyway.
But yeah,
He's overrated.
I tell you, I say that every day. I say it every week. Yo, Moxley doesn't lose, bro. He lost 5 matches in 3 years, bro.
Yo, he is probably the most over
4 years. I'm sorry.
I ain't gonna lie. Like he's like if Kenny won a match, I could understand why. You know what I'm saying? Like there's something to grab on with Kenny. Like Kenny's a great wrestler. He's a really great wrestler. I will never take that away from Kenny. Kenny is one of the best wrestlers I've seen. I ain't gonna lie. Like there's no debate about that. If anybody debates that, that's crazy. Like there's some people that you see in the ring. I'm not a Daniel Bryan fan, but he's a great wrestler. I don't really like too much of his stuff, but I could definitely agree. Like he is a good wrestler. You know what I'm saying? But Moxley wrestles like Mick Foley. The only difference between him and Mick Foley is I actually like watching Mick Foley wrestle. Moxley is like this. Yo, you know what? The best Dean Ambrose match I've ever seen, where he like was like really, really good, was when he lost the belt to AJ Styles. Nah, when he fought AJ Styles and he lost and AJ beat him for the belt. If you watch that match,
wasn't that like, a TLC match?
I think it was, but he was. But like when you watch it, like he was really wrestling, like for real. Like he was really like giving you a match. Like he wasn't doing all the little silly stuff that he liked to do. To just do the little clothesline stuff and just give you the regular strikes and blows. Like he kind of wrestles like what's that guy name? Jinder Mahal.
You think so, Jinder Mahal?
I mean, a little bit. Like if you ever watch Jinder Mahal wrestle, Jinder Mahal don't do a lot of slams. He does a lot of strikes.
Yeah, he does.
And a lot of Irish whips. He does a lot of Irish whips and strikes. He don't do a lot of slams. You know what I mean? Henry says Moxley's overrated. The least talented Shield member. I wouldn't say he's the least talented. He's better on the mic than all of them. Then he's better on the mic than Seth. He's better on the mic than Roman. There's no debate. Moxley was better on the mic. Moxley had the best. He had the most natural charisma. But as far as in the ring, in my opinion, the best person in the ring, I still have to say Roman. Roman was better. Seth is good in the ring. Seth can give you a great match. Seth can definitely give you a great match. So it can go either way with Seth or Roman. Truth be told, honestly, that can go either way. But as far as charisma, Moxley always had natural charisma. That's why they would say like in WWE, it was like they feel like he was riding off of his laurels, like meaning that like he was just riding off of the fact that he already had the praise, he had the natural charisma, but they felt like he wasn't putting any effort into his character. He said Kenny's good, but he's corny, and he said Moxley is better than Hogan.
You can't compare Moxley to Hogan, bro.
Blasphemy.
You can't compare Moxley to Hogan.
How about this, Cody? Being that you would compare Moxley to Hogan, when Moxley, right? When John Moxley sells out in the arena, off his name alone, when Moxley changes sports and entertainment, then we'll have that conversation about Moxley being better than Hogan. Moxley couldn't lace Hogan's boots. Stop it.
Yeah,
Stop it.
Moxley's not even better than DDP.
He's not even better than DDP, the Diamond Cutter. Nah, he not. What? He ain't touching DDP at all. He ain't touching DDP. There's a lot of people Moxley ain't really touching in the ring like that. Like I wouldn't even compare. Like as far as like Chris Ben. No, let's not bring up that name. But let's.
Yeah. Okay, I was like, whoa.
Yeah, let me slow down. Cody said neither as good as Dominic. Cody, what is with you and Dominic?
That's
Cody,
gotta
you can't be
be.
serious, bro.
I think that's so and such's brother.
Who?
What was her name? I forgot her name.
Lana?
Nah.
Kayla? You just Kayla,
Yeah.
bro. Cody died. Cody, you can't be serious, bro. Dominic Mysterio. All right, you know what? I agree with you, Cody. Dominic is the greatest of all time.
Yeah. Greatest heel ever.
He's the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
He says, "I'm Kayla. Yeah, Kayla's brother. Yeah,
I knew it.
Right. I forgot. Yeah. Okay. Right. Because I'm like Cody. Because when I seen his name, I was like Cody dies. All right. Yeah. It's been a while, Cody. It's been a while.
Welcome back, man.
Yeah. Welcome back.
We cover All Elite on Thursdays. We gotta give y'all the rundown of the schedule.
Yeah. Indeed. But yeah, Dominic is the GOAT. Cody. Dominic is the GOAT. He's the greatest of all time. There will never be another, ever, in sports and entertainment like Dominic Mysterio.
Yeah, it will never be nothing like Dirty Dom,
the living legend. But it's about that time. We definitely appreciate you guys for definitely joining us. It's about that time. We got to wrap up. Usually we go a little bit further because we know sometimes when we stay on longer, we have more wrestling fans, and more you guys who come on and you guys hit up the comment section and it gets a little bit more live. But
hit subscribe, man.
Yeah, hit the subscribe button, indeed. But we got to wrap it up. We definitely thank you guys for joining us for another edition of Wrestling Talks and Thoughts. You guys can join us as we go live every Tuesday at 8:00 to talk Raw and WWE related content and wrestling content. Also, you guys can join us as we go live every Thursday with the big bad booty daddy himself right there, who'll be hosting the show, covering all things AEW related. So you guys are AEW fans, please hop on. If you guys have any information on, if you guys want to talk about AEW, hop on, and you can talk with the big bad booty daddy and myself, Saheem the Dream. And then also, you guys can catch us as we go live every Friday night after SmackDown to cover SmackDown. Friday nights we'll be introducing our new show soon. We'll be having Henry and your boy Mr. Trav, the one and only. Those guys will be coming on and they'll be having great debates on wrestling topics. So you guys will definitely love that, having that opportunity to get on and debate with them and really side your opinions and voice your opinions on how you feel about these hot topics. William says, have a nice day, everybody, and one love. Thank you, William. We thank all you guys for joining us. Make sure if you're on YouTube, hit the subscribe button. Go to
TikTok.
Facebook, look for Wrestling Talks, and TikTok. Yes, and TikTok. Subscribe on TikTok as well.
Yes, Wrestling Talk Thoughts. No and just Wrestling Talk Thoughts on TikTok.
Right. And we got Twitter, right? And we got Twitter.
Nah, I don't think so yet. I don't know. I don't think so yet.
Oh, okay.
Gotta ask Maine. I gotta hit Maine up to see.
I think we got a Twitter.
All right, so we'll have that for y'all on Friday then when they go cover SmackDown.
Yeah, just we gotta be more active on it. But yeah, follow us on Twitter. But we'll be on Twitter too. But yeah, we thank you guys for joining us. Signing off, I'm your host, your co-host, Saheem the Dream, and your host.
You know what, man, the big bad.
Booty Yeti!
Word. Peace, y'all. Have a good night.
One
love, man. Hug the ones you love.
Peace.
Peace.